What's going on YouTube? And today I'll be reviewing Butterfly Tenergy 05. Let's not wait any longer, let's get right into it. Before I start the video review, I am not a professional by any means. I am just an intermediate player, but that loves to play and has a passion in it. I haven't competed in over a couple years, I think, but that was in a league, not tournament play. I've never actually done tournament play, so if you're gonna criticize me, then I'm just gonna warn you now because I'm not a professional player by any means. I just like to play and I like to try equipment, etc. So just a heads up before I start the video. So let's get started. Alright, so to get started for the review, this is what the packaging looks like. Nothing too much special. I ain't gonna open it to show you guys because I'm waiting till I glue it on, but this is what the packaging looks like. So when I first opened the packaging, the sponge was very porous, very porous. The top sheet was semi tacky. I wish I had a ball to do a bounce test, but I don't. So you know, you'll get to see some some demo videos if you really want to see a bounce test. But yeah, the rubber is semi-tacky, and if you want to know what blade it's glued on, it's glued on the Hurricane Long 3 blade by DHS, an all-wood blade. It weighs 89 grams, and the sponge thickness is about 2.1 millimeters. And if you really want to know what glue I use, I glued it on with the Paddle Palace Easy Pro glue. And yeah. Okay, first let's talk about the spin. It has a lot of spin. When it first makes contact with the ball, you'll feel the ball grip to the sheet of rubber. It's ridiculous how much spin that this rubber can generate and how much speed, and the control, because when you're having, it's a very balanced rubber, I would say. It has a lot of speed, a lot of spin, and a lot of control if you're an attacker. If you're a defender, I do not recommend this rubber, but it's a very good rubber in the offensive aspect. I wouldn't say you should glue it to this type of blade, but since the Hurricane Long 3 has such a high throw angle, then it does pair with this as well. But I think it'll probably be better on the let's say like the butterfly blade, with a carbon blade. I think this would perform better with a carbon blade, the Tenergy 05, and I got it in red and black, like I said, in 2.1 millimeters. And I can't really tell you the weight of it, to be honest, because I don't have a scale here, but for testing purposes, it doesn't really matter. And let's talk about how it loops. It loops pretty damn well. Throw angle is very high, and I have a lot of control, and at the same time having a lot of speed, which you'll see here right now. Now, over the top play, it's very you can I did have to get adjusted to it just because how bouncy this rubber was, but I eventually got used to it. The Once you learn how to control the rubber in the short game play, then you'll easily be able to control it with your pushes, your blocks, and etc. I'm going to show you how the rubber looks in the short game with your touch shots just about now. I'm going to be demoing the pushes right now. Good.
embarrassing is it that I can do this much better than I can do top? Let me warm up.
Doesn't have to line very long. Now, like I said, the rubber does have a lot of spin on it, so for serves, it does produce a lot of spin. I do recommend this rubber if you do like to generate a lot of spin in your gameplay. Um, it's a very, it's very good. It's a very good rubber when it comes to serves, which you'll see about right now. Now, the reason why I wouldn't recommend this rubber as a defensive rubber is because chopping with it, it's very difficult. I wouldn't recommend to buy this rubber for chopping. This is strictly for an offensive type of player. If you really like to loop, if you really like to counter loop, if you really like to hit a fast loop, quick loop, um, smashing even, spiking, this is really a great rubber in that department. If I had to give the speed a rating, I'd probably give it an 8 or 9 out of 10. It's really good. The throw angle is probably just as high as the Hurricane 3 Neo rubber by DHS, maybe even longer, which is kind of crazy because this is a Japanese rubber, which tends to not be as tacky. But it does have a very high throw angle, and that's for the forehand. For the backhand, very good touch, very good flicks, good speed. You can't chop with it. Like I said, this is not meant to be a chopping type of rubber. Um, but it's very good. I don't really have any complaints besides, getting used to the bounciness coming from a Chinese rubber to this very bouncy Japanese, European type of rubber. But it's a very amazing type of attacking type rubber, I must say. The price is very, very high in my opinion. I really think you could probably find a better setup for better value, but if you're really into competitive, table tennis, then I don't really recommend buying, cheap rubber and just go to this, because once you learn how to master using this rubber, then you're pretty much going to be your rating should go up, because that's why you see a lot of the world star table tennis players use it, like Ma Long, Zhang Jika, and a lot of other players in the table tennis community that are very popular use this rubber. I don't recommend using this rubber if you're um, a first time player, because I feel like you should get down your basic strokes first, and that's why a lot of people recommend getting Yasaka Mark 5 or Butterfly Shriver to be your first rubber, because those are just, easy rubbers to work with, and it helps for all around. But this is strictly for the offensive type of play. And I think that's about it. I really, sorry that it's been a while since I've posted, but I've been really busy and I've been wanting to give you guys quality material. So, again, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, like my videos, give the channel some support, give me shout outs or whatever. You don't have to, but it does really help me out a lot. Again, thank you for watching. Thank you for rocking with me for, I believe over a year now since I started posting table tennis videos, and I'm really passionate about the game, and thank you for watching.